Welcome to the Black Voice with Jay Clark. This will be a call-in show featuring you. Links will be provided on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for you to call in and send in questions, comments, and thoughts about current events with our people and, of course, about the show. After the unfortunate events that led to the death of George Floyd, there is nothing more important than community and togetherness. We're going to bridge the gap between young and old. Together, we will figure out a way to move forward after this tragedy. Love one another and tell one brother and one sister about the Black Voice with Jay Clark. We're going to do it the right way. Together, we rise. Welcome back to the Black Voice. I welcome you this week to our second edition of Be Heard, the call-in show. We've got a couple call-ins that are going to take us on some different lanes today. We're going to talk a little banking, a little sports, and a little bit more about the voting conversation that's been hot, that's been heavy on the minds of our people. And we're going to open it up to write in blackvoicej@gmail.com or DM us at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at blackvoicej. Go ahead and DM us, email us any questions or comments that you want to throw out there to be featured on the show. We are now accepting write-ins. But of course, to be heard in the voice box, hit us at anchor.fm/blackvoicej, hit message, and you in the game. This is the Black Voice with Jay Clark. Stay tuned. Together we rise.
A few things that I would like to see Black people do to move forward after everything that went down. I feel like we can do a better job sticking together to push our own economic motives. A few things that I would like to see us do is Black people, I want to see us open up our accounts and put our money into Black-owned banks. I want to see our top high school athletes around the country, instead of committing to Duke or Ohio State or USC, like Alabama, I want to see our athletes go to Black or HBCUs, just to bring more publicity, bring more funding, more national televised games to those colleges. I also want to see us, invest more into Black-owned business and support each other that way. And also I want to see financial literacy taught inside of our communities, whether it's by us or by bringing other people in. I feel like that's huge and something that definitely needs to be done.
Now, there's a couple things here I would like to address. And I'll start with the lightest of them, and that comes to sports. There's a young man out there, Mikey Williams, who is, a heck of a basketball player. Kid is coming out of high school here, and it's down the rabbit hole of sports, the rabbit hole of basketball. If you're not a fan of the game, you wouldn't know this kid yet. But listen to me, this kid is something special, and he's considering going HBCU. Now, just imagine if all of the top Black athletes, when you look at the ESPN top 100 in any sport, I'll say football or basketball, and the two biggest sports in our country, that top 100 is probably going to consist of 80% Black players. You know what I'm saying? In basketball, closer to 90. Imagine if the top Black players throughout the country returned to HBCUs, what that would do for HBCUs economically, what that would do for their alumni, what that would do for their future students, what that would do for their current staff. We talk about the NFL and the NBA and their lack of having Black coaches, Black ownership, Black GMs. When HBCUs start to rise again, these are the things that will come from that. Now, when it comes to Black-owned banks, there are some out there that we can be depositing our money into. The largest Black-owned bank in the country is One United Bank. Some other ones worth mentioning are Citizens Trust Bank, Commonwealth National Bank, Carver Bank, which trades on the stock market. Now, I know everybody's going to have their home bank. I personally bank with Chase. I'm not going to move all my money from Chase over to Carver Bank or to One United Bank. I'll be completely honest with you. But that doesn't mean we can't open a savings account in said bank. And if these banks start to expand, grow, and thrive into the capabilities of these other national chains, then I may consider moving all of my money to that particular bank. These are the financial plays that will change society if we start doing this by the millions. Banks need money. Black banks need money. Without black people, black banks are likely unsuccessful. So what does that tell us? We need to be supporting those who are with us. And to address financial literacy in our schools, you know, even doing this show, I'm learning more and more the value of voting and the necessity of voting, especially locally. These are the only ways that we can truly make a difference in policy, such as financial literacy. You know, you have to get the right people in the office and the right candidates in the race, which isn't too easy. But we have to get the right people in the office some way, somehow, that have those type of principles where financial literacy is taught in the black community. And there's legislation put in place where it's not optional. It's no secret that we're behind. Now, you can be black pride all day long. But if you think we're not behind, you're fooling yourself. Socially, economically, politically, we are behind. But that's okay. That just means we have to catch up. We don't have to be behind forever. And to black-owned businesses, I like to think this wave has begun. I like to think this wave will stick. As far as my clothing, I don't buy Nike shirts anymore. That's just me, you know. I don't want to represent a brand that doesn't represent my people. Well, some you argue, oh, Nike is social issues, social justice, Kaepernick. That's cool and all. That's just marketing, you know. So I'm not a big advocate of any name brand clothing, especially designer clothing. If you follow me, if you know me, you know designer just makes my skin crawl. Oof. The Gucci, the Louis, the Burberry. Oof. It just makes my skin crawl. Did we make any of these brands? Why do we ride for them so hard? Who's behind these things? That is my only concern. So I think as far as clothing, that's an easy decision for me to make personally, especially when it comes to, you know, shirts, apparel, Without Lords, Shake the Fear, Kingpin. You know, these are brands that I like that are black owned. Designer Zoe. These are brands and cultures that I like, you know. And these are out of my city, out of my area. I know there's more out there. I don't see what's the point of buying anything other than black owned, especially tops, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies. I have no reason to shop anywhere else. I have so many options from my people. We have to support each other. And everyone I just named, I've spent money with. Every brand, I spent money with. That's why I recognize them. And I need more, you know. I need more, and I'm going to get more, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited when purchasing from a black person. I'm excited when purchasing from a black business. I don't mind it. It's not spending to me, it's investing. I'm investing in my people. I'm investing in their dream, which in turn will reward me. Even if it's just a feeling, I'll take it.
Black Voice. I'm reaching out to you from far south suburban Chicago, and I thank you for offering a platform that gives people like me opportunity to be heard in this time of cultural change in the United States. With previous caller responses, I would like to address some of their context. First, one of your callers who identified himself as non-Black asked what can be done by non-Blacks to contribute to the movement. My response would be one, don't be silent. Demonstrate integrity, which might include challenging family and friends on biased behavior and conversation. Two, vote. The United States is a democratic society that pays attention to voters. Make it your business to pay attention to politicians, the political climate, and platforms, and commit to casting your vote to support people in legislation that promotes equity and inclusion. We are the government, and the government conducts itself according to how our voices, backed by our votes, say it is to be conducted. The opinion is often, my one vote does not matter. If this is your belief, you are truly deceived. Speak, invest, become active toward change, and vote. I agree that change is a necessity. Our host is correct that as a matter of forced compliance, suit has been filed against the United States as per the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, whereby the United States is expected to uphold certain elements of human rights. Obviously, the belief is that the U.S. is in violation of this agreement. This is an extremely important effort on behalf of the United States Black citizens, and we should all be awaiting the UN's response.
Now, that just so happens to be my own mother that called in. And y'all see where I get that passion from. I thank her. Very well said, and I think it goes without saying. She got her points across. But I believe even she knows that we have to address the elephant in the room today. My own mother loves Starbucks. Big fan. Big spender. It's going to be interesting going forward. And I know she's listening. I'm going to see the type of moves we're going to make going forward. Because Starbucks, who passed, who made the rule? Who passed the buck down and said, no more Black Lives Matter? Who, how, and why? In this time, I've seen Starbucks support every single other social injustice that was even, if the panda died too brutally, you would see Starbucks putting pandas on the coffee cups. Come on. But they're telling our people, we can't support ourselves. Wow. Starbucks. I hope that my people feel the way I feel. Because of who you are and what you've done, you make it away with this. I don't go to Starbucks anyway. Quite frankly, it's too damn expensive. But listen to me. These things cannot be, we can't turn a blind eye to stuff like this. If they're passing that down from the top down, what kind of structure do they have in their company for Black people? What does their corporate look like for Black people? You know, we have to create a blacklist for companies. A blacklist. Companies we do not need to be shopping. So we have to have a black list of companies to avoid, and then we need a black directory of businesses we need to support. Y'all remember the yellow pages? Nah. No more of that. We need the black pages. And that's something that's been started in Kankakee, actually. My little old hometown of Kankakee making noise out here. And that's something that I hope they expand nationally. There's a black directory site for Kankakee businesses, Kankakee County businesses, that show all the Black-owned businesses, different categories, from groceries to entertainment to clothing, to services. to restaurants. Black owned, all black owned. And that's beautiful. But now who do we need to cut off? That's my question. I'll play devil's advocate. Who do we need to cut off? You know what I'm saying? I'm all for support. I support my people any way I can, any way I see fit. And that's all I can do. But who the hell do we need to cut off? These people cannot get our money anymore. No more. Not a dime. There is no other platform on air, on the net, for black people to get on and just be vulnerable, to get on and just share. There's no agendas here. We're just talking to each other. You want sports, go listen to Stephen A. He's a great guy. If you want business, check out Earn Your Leisure podcast. Check out Millionaire Mindsets. Check out Black Wealth Renaissance. These are all things that I listen to myself. If you want business, go there. These are Black Ram podcasts. Earn Your Leisure, I will mention twice. A great show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, with great men Troy and Rashad. You know what I'm saying? They talk business. If you want that, go there. I encourage you. But here we get real. Here we keep it a buck. Here you can say whatever you want. And it's a safe space. It's a safe zone. So again, I encourage you to call in and let us know what's on your mind. Anchor.fm/BlackVoiceJ. Call in and let the people know what's up. Let them know what's on your mind. Be heard. Every Monday. This is the Black Voice with Jay Clark. Together we rise. Thank you for tuning in to the Black Voice with Jay Clark. Remember, this show is about us, and ain't no us without you. To be featured on the show, go follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at BlackVoiceJ, and submit your thoughts and opinions at Anchor.fm/BlackVoiceJ. We love to hear from you. There is power in numbers, there is power in communication, and together we shall surely rise. This is the Black Voice with Jay Clark. Peace.
Yes, I do.